about creativity as the year 2025 has come to an end. So in just 3 weeks, we'll be saying Happy New Year. That would be 2026. So we have to like do some of the things or create some of the things that would empower more creatives, more entrepreneurs, and more business person. And that is the reason why we set up this webinar to beat the silent killers holding you back. And not just about the webinar, I published a ebook last week. We're supposed to launch it last week, but since everything was a bit somehow on LinkedIn, so I later launched it with Shola Ezika on Substack here. So it is titled the Business Step-by-Step Guide for Business Survival, which is the 5 silent killers holding your business back. So after the webinar, I will drop the link in the comment section where you can download. It's not a downloadable link ebook. It is a read online ebook, so you can read it online. It's about 42 pages. So it really talks about the 5 silent killers holding you back that stopped you from achieving your goals in 2022, 2023, 2024, and also in 2025, and how you can beat them in 2026. So that is the reason why we came up with that. I came up with that ebook to show more entrepreneurs how to manage their skills, how to be more creative, and how to build their skills without getting out of control. Because if you are just managing your business without learning how to manage it properly, you might lose control in the process. And that is the reason why I came up with that ebook. So here with me, I have 2 amazing speakers. But the second speakers, we could not bring her directly, but she will also be joining us. I have with me Madina Avezova. She is a creative marketing, we like to say marketing officer. So she's a lot. I think she's going to be introducing herself because I've gone through a lot of stress. So I could not really bring out the energy in me anymore. So thank you so much, everyone. Over to you, Madina.
Hi. So, like you mentioned, my name is Madina, and I'm from Uzbekistan, Bukhara. I'm a copywriter, and today I'd like to talk about lead magnets and how can you use them in storytelling. So should I start it?
Yes, you can go on.
Okay. So first of all, I just want to say that right after the webinar, I'm going to share the presentation so you can really download it and look at it and learn something maybe from some experience, and you can just refresh. Oh my God, my English is dying. Refresh your memory, just what I just said. So basically, there's 2 agenda when we are talking about with magnets and storytelling. So in storytelling, there should be like, first of all, it's narrative transportation, and second, so basically, what I do like about storytelling and what it's all about is that people need to. Sorry, my voice just is my voice okay? Can you hear me?
Yes, your voice is audible. Go on.
No, can you hear me? Because my voice is coming to me again, like coming back to me.
Okay, are you using mic?
Mm-hmm.
So I think you should disconnect it. Just use your direct voice.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, let me just then turn it off. So my voice was bad.
No, it's not bad.
Okay, so basically, the story should be empathetic to people and something that they could remember you as an authority. So there's different kind of storytelling. First, type of storytelling that you must use in your content. First, I would say is origin story, the story that why did you choose copywriting? Or for me, there's a copywriting. For you, that might be something different. For example, if you're a teacher and you are promoting your online course, why have you chosen this exact field as a teacher? So the audience should know why they should trust you or your first as a teacher. Um, and second is the authority story, the stories that would demonstrate your skill, your knowledge, clients transformation, and some project wins. For example, that just like I said, if you're a teacher, for example, you're an English teacher, um, and you can show your students wins, as for example, they have passed IELTS, and how you help them to gain it. And if you, for example, you're an English teacher, oh my God, my voice is coming back again. Oh, that's too bad. Is it okay? Can you hear me, guys? Oh, thank you, Marie. Thank you so much. So basically, what I was saying, I forgot what I was saying. So yeah, if you're a marketer, so you can show them what have you done, like the charts, the process, and how you did it basically, and the values and your beliefs. Actually, this one is been taught by my teacher, my copywriting teacher, and he always used to mention it when you're creating the landing page, and there's the why formula. We call it the why formula, but so apparently you can use it in storytelling too. So they're yeah. So the why, what is your philosophy? What is something that would bridge you with your audience? Like, for example, if somebody would tell me, I'm struggling with learning English. I don't know why I'm stick to English, but let's keep it on, okay? So I learned English to go to my favorite university, okay? So they would have the same, for example, if this students also is studying English to go abroad to university, you're gonna have the same pattern. You're gonna have the same, you know, they just click in their mind. They're like, yeah, I also want to go to university to abroad. That's why I'm studying English to get SAT, IELTS, and etc. And when it comes to promoting your business, you can use it as, for example, if it's clinic, how it's called. So anyway, no. How dermatologist, for example, you're a dermatologist and you're promoting the dermatology clinic, and you have something very similar to your audience. For example, I've been struggling with acne for 10 years, and now after this and that, and you have something very specific. I use this, I use that, I use different vitamins, I drink a lot of water, I use different fats, and nothing is really helped. But now I use this method, and it really helped me. And that's how, like, usually the audience will see themselves in it. So you're gonna have the same philosophy. And what do you do? So, oh my God, I talk so fast. Okay, so now you're gonna clarify your positioning. So this not only in the storytelling, this just everywhere, whatever you post, and whatever you talk, whenever you mention your business, um your project, you should have the clarification. You should clarify what you do and how you do. So basically, who you help. So that was the problem when I was early in my career. That was my big problem. I thought that I can handle everything. I thought that I can help to business owners, to B2B business, B2C business, and this is to everyone. And my teacher said, girl, you're not gonna help anyone. If you're gonna sell to anyone, you're not gonna sell to anyone. Okay, no. If you're going to sell to everyone, you're not gonna sell to anyone. Yeah, that's how. So, and I was like, why? And she's like, listen, they have different priorities, they have different interests, they have like different problems. They're not gonna find anything like something they need in your landing page. So, and the least you can do, you should have different pages in your landing page, and the same goes in your storytelling. So for whom you create your content? Is it for companies? Is it for B2B companies? Is it for B2C companies? Or is it for business to business, but the business owners are the final clients, so they use it in their own office. For example, the business buys, like, for example, 30 kilograms of orange, for their workers, for juice, for example, as a snack for their workers. So there's gonna be different priorities. And what do you help them to achieve? Like, what do you do? What exactly you do? What steps you do? Is it copywriting? Is it marketing? Like, even if copywriting is part of marketing, there are different parts of marketing. Like, there might be SEO, there might be PPC, There might be creating presentations, even different kind of content creation. And how you do it, the process, just show them the process. I think behind the scenes are really important for many businesses. So I think when you really show them in your storytelling or in your landing page, your methods, approach, and collaboration styles, it really helps out people to understand how you do it and to trust you. It's really something that helps people to trust you. So show what you do, but step by step. You can create, by the way, the presentation, for example, in PowerPoint, and just make it as a PDF file and just put it in your landing page so that everyone could have access to it and just download the PDF file and see the way you do it, how you do it, and the process and step by steps. And how you, but basically the fourth step is what results do you like, what results you bring, like what do you do, the baseline. It's not a lot like a accent, like showcase your real cases. Not just one case, not two cases, not just viral cases, but like real cases. Like what do you do typically, what results do you have typically, not once a year, not twice a year, not by accident. So there should be consistency in this results. Okay, and should from they should be also focused on storytellings from from yourself to the audience. Like even if you talk about your story, about your history, let's say, let's put it that way, you should use it in a way that they will be using it for their own good. Okay, for example, if you had something in your past, in your experience, you're not just gonna tell your experience. You're gonna tell it that way so that they can get some proof, some, use from this experience, so that they can use it in the future, not to make, for example, some mistakes. If it was a mistake, so that they wouldn't make the same mistake as you. So basically, whatever story you would create, whatever you would make in your content, in the story, you should just point it out how this story helps them. So they shouldn't be only all about the business owners or the way you do it. So they should be how they can use your story, your mistakes, or your, for example, some tools that you advised for their own. Aisha, can you hear me, by the way? You're so silent. It feels like you're bored.
No, 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 no. Just go on. Just go on.
Oh, we're already nice. So, uh, there are three ways for clear positioning. Um, so they should be tied in one message. Not don't don't try to talk broad. Just try to stick one or 2 points so that audience wouldn't like be sort of confused. They would be like, oh, okay, so you only do this, oh, okay, or you only do that. At first I was always like saying in my storytelling, like I do presentations, like I do PowerPoint, I do copywriting, I do CEO, I do social media marketing, but they would be like, there's too many like services, what exactly do you do? So at this point, what I fully do is I do the copywriting, and even if I do the PPS, like ads for Google, I do create the copywriting for them. I don't usually do the analytics, so I just create the different kind of advertisement. So just stick to one or two main points that what you create. And my third one, reliability of the story that you create. So anything that you do shouldn't be like something very, very different from audience that they wouldn't understand what you're saying. For example, if you're creating the spaceships and you can just promote it to someone, to clinics, right? So there should be reliability. The consumers should see themselves in the product, just like I mentioned before. When it comes to dermatologist problems, like I've had an acne, and whenever some marketers, some influencers talks about marketing talks about acne problems, some pimples or some skincare products, the word acne or pimples just automatically just says, okay, I'm gonna listen to this video, to this reel or short. What product do they use? Okay, to have that glowy skin, so that this is the reliability come from. So you should have the same stories that would click. So I think, yeah, this is enough for me. Have you listened?
Okay, thank you so much, Madina. Are you done with your presentation?
Yeah, I'm done with my presentation. I don't know how to send it here. Is it even possible?
Yes, yes, yes. You touched all the points that needed to be talked about. I really appreciate your presence. So, in summary, for those that are just joining, so Medina is talking through how you can attract clients through storytelling. So she explained in the aspect of some people, most especially on LinkedIn, you see people having like 5, 10 different skills added to their profile. And when you reached out to them and tried to be like, okay, what exactly do you do? Or you wanted to bring them on board and tell them that, okay, I want you to work on a particular thing among some of the skills you put on your profile, you realize that they had no knowledge of any of it. But because they saw people putting nice info on their profile, nice expertise and so on, then they decided to go to ChatGPT and download all of those different skills. They put it on their profile without knowing, having any knowledge of what it really takes to be that person or what it really takes to carry out those skills. So they had no, in fact, I've hired twice on LinkedIn. The first time I had a personal administrative assistant, a virtual administrative assistant. That was last year. So among almost 50 people that applied, it was difficult when I was trying to like schedule an interview. It was difficult to get like 10 people. So out of the 10 people, when some of them came to the interview, like the presentation, they had no knowledge of what they needed to do as a virtual administrative assistant. And they applied for the role of virtual administrative assistant. And for me to get one person out of 50, it was hard. So most people just think that they can just put any skills out there and then they will get someone to employ them without having proper knowledge of what they needed to do or how to execute those things they put out there. So it's really a lot in the aspect of creative, in the aspect of business, in the aspect of entrepreneurship. It takes a lot for you to be able to achieve what you set out to achieve. And you have to be very, very determined when you put anything out. You have to be very determined about what you put out. Is this thing what you are ready to build your life on, or you're just interested about just putting something out? There's something that happened on Thread this week. A lady put on her profile that she has generated $50 million plus in digital product sales. And she now tweeted a particular post saying that she's broke. She needed someone to advise her on what skills or business she needed to start. So a lady now went to her page after seeing that. She now went to her page and saw her profile where she posted she has generated over $50 million from digital products. And then you tweeted that you you are broke, you needed something to do. So how is that working? Even if someone wants to employ you or someone wants to give you an opportunity, you've messed it up. Because why will you put something you are not capable of, you're not doing, you put it out, and then boom, it was a different story when they got to your profile. So I don't know how you go about doing all of those stuff, but it is so well with everyone. But what I believe is for you to be creative, for you to be successful, for you to be among the top 1% people in your community, in your country, in anywhere around the world, you need to put in lot of effort. It's beyond resilience, it's beyond dedication, it's in fact beyond consistency. So it requires a lot of self motivation. a lot of self-improvement, a lot of days whereby you keep telling yourself you can't fail because your failure is your failure. It's not my failure. So your failure is your failure, not even your family failure. So if you think if you fail, your family will be hurt, you are deceiving yourself. They will move on without you. So you have to make sure you put in that effort for yourself for you to be successful because that is the game. That is just the game. So for you to be in this generation and you are privileged to have access to internet, access to social media, access to a platform like Substack and other amazing platforms. So you have to make sure that you make things work for yourself. So thank you so much, Madina. I really appreciate your session and
Thank you.
I'm sure at the end of this session the presentation we can share the link so for those who missed the full presentation from you they can go through and learn through some of the things you've discussed. So thank you so much. So now to take this conversation even deeper we have our second speaker. So she's going to be talking about legal and structural mistakes that hold creative back from scaling. Legal and structural mistakes that hold creative back from scaling. She's a lawyer and she's also in the creative industry. So that is why she will be taking us through the legal and structural mistakes that hold creative back from scaling. But we can't bring her on Substack directly because she's having a little connection issue from her hand. So I'm going to be switching. She's already with me on Meet, on Google Meet. So I'll be switching to my back camera. Then we listen to our presentation and our section from here. So thank you so much. I bring out to Zaliha, Gambo, Yunusa. Thank you.
Yeah, hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you are all welcome to today's session. My name is Zaliha. I'm the founder of Queen Tech Innovative Business Solutions. I'm an expert in business law, international business law, investment, and public procurement law. So, my topic of discussion is legal and structural mistakes that hold creatives back from scaling. This is a very important topic because many creatives are extremely talented. They can design, they can write, they can create content, they can make art, they can produce music, craft, fashion, or build digital products. But despite their talent, they often struggle to grow their business or their brand or turn their work into a stable and scalable business. Now, the truth is, creativity alone is not enough. To grow, you need both creativity and structure. Many creatives focus only on the creative side and ignore the legal and business side. This leads to a problem such as losing ownership of their work, struggling with finances, getting cheated by clients, or missing opportunities, or being unable to access grants or partnership. So, these mistakes do not happen because creatives are weak. They happen because many people do not receive proper guidance on how to run their business, their craft, or their creativity in a proper and legal way. That is why today's discussion is really important because it will help us to understand the legal steps, documentations, systems, structure, and protection that every creative needs. For in this presentation, I will be explaining these issues in a simple terms. So I will be taking like 10 uh structural mistakes that creatives do make, or I'll be taking some of these processes that you need to follow in order for you to have an effective when it comes to being creative. The first mistake is not registering their business. Many creatives run their work informally, design, creating, or producing content without registering their business name. So at first, this may not look like a problem, but then As the business grows, it becomes a major barrier for their growth. When a business is not registered, it has no legal identity. Okay? This means that the creative cannot sign official contract, cannot apply for grants or loans, and cannot benefit from opportunities that requires formal documentation. It also makes the business look small and less serious. So clients feel safer working with registered businesses because it shows commitment and professionalism. Additionally, an unregistered business is not protected. So another person can register the same name and legally block the creative from using the name. So the solution from this is for you to register your business to gain legal protection and build creativity. So the next mistake is not protecting their intellectual property. Creative produce original work, logos, design, photos, music, scripts, videos, writings, or brand identities. But many fails to protect their intellectual property. When work is not protected, anyone can copy it, use it commercially, or even claim ownership of it. This is one of the biggest reasons creative lose money. For example, a designer may create a unique logo or a larger company might adopt it because the design did not have a trademark. Because without legal protection, the creative cannot defend their rights. So even sharing ideas without using a non-disclosure agreement, that is the NDA, is risky because sometimes clients use a creative's ideas without paying because nothing protects the discussion. Now, the solution here is for you to use a trademark, use copyright, use non-disclosure agreements and watermarks to ensure your work are being protected legally. So now, the next mistake is poor or no contract. Many creatives rely on trust. They take jobs based on verbal agreements or trade. This feels easy at first, but then it becomes a problem when clients start shifting expectation, demanding extra work, or refusing to pay for the actual work. So a contract protects both sides. It depends on the work though, because payment terms, timeline, number of revisions, and ownership of the final product. Because without a contract, the creative has no evidence to support their claim. Now, the solution here is to simply use contract. Even one page is enough to avoid book issues. The next mistake is mixing personal fund with business fund. Creatives often use one account for everything. They collect payments and pay personal bills from the same place. This can destroy their financial clarity and make it impossible to track whether the business is growing or not. So when personal and business funds are mixed, the creative cannot measure their profits, cost of production, or business expenses. This makes pricing difficult and stops them from applying for grants or financial support. The solution here is for you to open a business account and track income and expenses separately. Even small businesses need financial structure to enable them grow their business. So now the next mistake is not building business structure. Many creatives depend on entirely themselves. They create, they edit, they market, they communicate with clients, they manage finances and handle customer services alone. This slows growth because one person cannot scale beyond their time and energy. So a business needs structure in order for it to grow. This includes a structured operating procedure, automations, delegations, and clear workflows. So now the solution here is for you to build a system, automate tasks, involve orders, invoicing or scheduling, and get support when needed, because structure is the foundation of scaling through in business. Another mistake is no legal or documentations. Some creatives ignore essential legal requirements. They do not keep receipts, invoices, business licenses, or tax record. Even simple documents like agreements, contracts, or business registration certificates get misplaced. So legal compliance protect the business during audits, negotiations, and partnership, because missing documents make the business look unprofessional and unreliable. So the solution here is for you to keep all documents safe and maintain basic legal compliance. It makes your business more credible. The number seven mistake is not having a clear pricing structure. Many creatives underprice their work because they want clients to quickly or to quickly patronize them, or they fear losing the opportunity. They change their prices often to charge based on emotions. But then this leads to confusions and financial instability. So when pricing is unclear, clients may negotiate aggressively or undervalue the creative works without knowing cost or profit margin of the business. So now the clear solution here is for you to create a rate card. Understand your costs, experience, and value uh, in order for you to have a fixed price for your business. Now, number eight out of the number 10 is lack of digital presence and branding. A strong online presence is essential for growth. Many creatives lose opportunities simply because they are not visible. Poor branding, inconsistent content, low quality visual, and lack of portfolios. It makes them look highly unprofessional. So when clients search for your work online and find little or nothing, they move on. So the solution here is for you to build strong branding, show your work online, and use digital platform to display your expertise. Now, the number nine out of 10 is fear of delegation and collaborating. Some creatives want to handle everything all alone because they fear losing control or sharing credit. But growth requires teamwork. It requires delegating tasks like editing, managing bookings or customer services, frees time for bigger opportunities. So collaboration also expands reach. Working with other creatives introduces you to new audience and skills. So the solution here is for you to learn to trust others, build a team, and collaborate with the people who complement your skills. Now, the last but not the least mistake is not planning for long-term growth. Many creatives only focuses on today's job, like they are all after today, today, today. But then they do not plan where they want their business to be in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Without vision, growth becomes accidental instead of intentional. A long term plan helps you see the opportunities, it helps you to identify weaknesses, and then makes you make a smart decision. A smart decision means for you to be specific, for you to be measurable, attainable. You should have a time bound to achieving um, things, and then you should be measurable. Without a long term plan, you would not be able to measure your current success. So now the solution here is for you to set a clear long term goal, decide what you want your creative brand to become, and create a roadmap to get there within a specific period of time. So in summary, these are all the 10 legal and structural mistakes that creatives do make while they are trying to scale through within their business. So this is where I come to the end of my presentation. If you have a question, you can indicate so that we respond to that.
Thank you so much, Zaliha. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is a beautiful section. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate your presence and for you taking your time to really explain in detail about the legal and structural mistakes that hold creative back. So it is a very inspiring, educating, good presentation. Thank you so much. So I'm trying to see if we can have any question in the comment section. If you have any question, just type your question and direct it to probably the two speakers, any one of them. Probably you're asking about Lego or something, then Zaliha will respond. And if you're talking about lead magnets and so on, Madina would respond to that. So while waiting, if you have any question, the five silent killers ebook will be dropping. The link will be dropped to this video at the end of the live stream, so you can download it. Some of the things that Zaliha explained about the legal and structural mistakes that hold creative back, you find some things whereby you'll be able to learn how to legalize and position your business properly. She talked about some creative trying to do everything by themselves. I think in that aspect, I would say I'm one of the victims because I also I also I've had a lot of experience. First, I don't know if you guys have like read about some of my newsletters and so on, but let me do like a little flashback. So this is my 19th year in business. I started since I was like a child. And during those years, it was a business for survival. We're doing it to survive, not as if we are trying to build a future out of it, because the situation is surrounding just survival. So throughout those years, I was trying to, survive, survive, survive. And after like I think around 2011, I decided that okay, let me stop the trade and focus on building my skills, my talents. Then I'm talented in the aspect of designing and painting. So I was told that it is against Islamic law for you to paint someone like that looks like human being, that is against Islamic law and so on. I decided, okay, let me skip the aspect of painting and focus on designing. So I decided designing, and we could not afford tools to design. So I'm like, let me make use of what is available for me to work with. Then I started tattooing people with natural henna. So when we got to 2017, but within that 6 years of designing, I've worked with so many brides. I've traveled to so many states within Nigeria to work with different brides. I've tattooed more than 1,000 people within 2011 to 2017. But it's not like we are charging much for the service. I'm still charging little amount because the business is a bit competitive and there are so many people doing it. And for me to just trying to build my talent, that is why people are even giving me their attention for them to invite me as their inner artist during their bride and so on. So in 2017, some people gave me an idea that how about I started a skincare brand. That since I'm doing henna and I work with a lot of ladies, brides, and so on, then I should do something in the aspect of skincare. And that's how my skincare journey started. It started in 2018. And when I started producing, even when I hired the staff, I can't leave my production to my staff. So because I'm scared, just like Zaliha said, I'm scared of if I should leave this thing for them to handle, they are going to spoil it or something bad might just happen to it. And the fact that I tried once to leave my production to people to handle it, and they messed it up. Like, I had a loss on the entire production. So since then, that was in 2023. I hired this new person and then I put her in charge of my showroom. So I was in a different state. And for me to realize that within 6 months of this girl working in my showroom, she blew up the entire business.